Hello everyone, you are again welcome to Jaded Law channel. Again, this remains that law-based channel where your legal needs are met, where your issues are addressed, and where, of course, your questions are answered. Again, I remain your host, Mrs. Omondo Obe. Last week, I said I heard someone ask a question as to the enforcement of a judgment by the court. So what happens where, for instance, let us for instance use the wife going to the social welfare and an undertaking cannot be extracted from the husband, and then she proceeds to court and the court eventually gives judgment, and the husband then afterwards refuses to comply with the court's order, maybe concerning any of the issues contained in the judgment. Are there options open to the spouse, let's say the wife, for the enforcement of this judgment? Should she just throw her hands in the air and say, oh, my husband is refusing to comply with the judgment and there's nothing I can do? I've got good news for you. There are different ways of enforcing a court's judgment. We have attachment of earnings, we have garnishment proceedings, but the one I like the most is the one on contempt of court. What does this mean? A decision of a court is meant to be obeyed. And where, as in this case, the husband refuses to comply with the court's judgment, all that is needed to be done to ensure that he complies is to file contempt proceedings. The resultant effect of contempt proceedings, should the court so find, is that the husband will spend some time in jail, and no one would want, of course, to be sent to jail for disobeying the order of the court. So once we obtain a judgment and we receive information from our client that the husband has refused to comply with the court's judgment, what we do is to set in motion contempt proceedings. And to do so, we have a letter written to the husband with the attached enrolled order, which is the judgment of the court, an enrolled order. And then we're saying, this is the judgment of the court. Our client says you're yet to comply. If we do not hear from him and he fails to comply even after the letter, then we'll proceed with Form 48. Form 48 is to ask him why he should not be committed to prison for his refusal or failure to comply with the court's judgment. Trust me. Again, trust me on this. No man wants to go to jail for refusing to comply with the judgment of the court. And every time we have done this, we have met with 100% success. So you have nothing to fear. There are ways of enforcing a court's judgment should you get one. Let me add, please do not die. Do not die in your problems. The first thing that I expect that anyone going through domestic violence should do is to reach out to someone who can help. There is help. You shouldn't just sit back, fold your hands, and die in silence. Again, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Do you want to share with us? We are prepared to hear you and to bring the much needed help to your space. Thank you for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. We sure do have tons of good content for you. Let's bring help to your space. Let's bring help to people around you. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. God bless you.